everyone, Mac is back. Today I want to talk about the Jaime Awakening and the new castle skin that was released with the Westeros Pass. So let's get to it. So just like the previous awakenings, they have you one of these awakening wheels, which is actually pretty good. And you always want to try to, especially as a free-to-play player. Because if you do, they let you do basically 2 of these spins a day. So you get a free one, and then you could also click on the plus and spend 4,000 blue diamonds. So you essentially get about, I believe it's going to be 6 or 8 tries on this wheel. I don't want to say it's 6. I want to say it's 3 days total is what they do. So essentially, you just have to hit 2 of these 5s, which obviously is one that is very difficult to do. But you just never know. You may be able to hit a couple of the other ones, like maybe hit a couple 4s and then a 2 or something, to unlock one of these paid commanders. But so that's pretty nice. And if you do have them unlocked, and you've depending on how far you have, you can be able to get some other goodies here as well. So with the anticipated release of Jaime to be awakened, since he is one of the total attack commanders that has a spear defense and health, similar to same thing as Layla, except for she's the cab, of course. The big thing that everybody wanted to know what was his skill going to be? What was his as you can see here, his 4-star ability, and it reads as when allied lineups receive healing, their normal attack changes to a weakness attack. Okay, so if a lineup first of all has to have healing, and then once it gets healing, then it turns into a weakness attack, and from that weakness status. Or when in the weakness status, the allied lineup prioritizes attacking the enemy lineup with the most troops lost and cannot miss. So essentially, they're going to gang up on one of the enemy lines, which is a really, really good skill, because what it essentially is doing is being a 2-on-1 attack that'll kill that line, and then once it's finished with that, if the skill pops again, and of course it can, because so another healing could occur, and then boom, you get another 2-on-1 going. So that's really, really good. And then also there's more to, and of course, and it cannot miss as well as at the end of that, which is very good, because it's basically an anti-Cersei skill in that regard, and I'll go into that in a second, because that's more for those whales who actually have her at 4 stars. But then the attack deals an additional 3% damage and increases subsequent weakness damage taken by the hit in this lineup by 3%, and that can stack as without limit. So that could essentially just be a pretty ridiculous amount of damage you could be doing there. So going back to the very beginning, let's just start over. So it says when allied lineups receive healing. So when would they receive healing? So there are 3 commanders that have abilities to heal. Enzo is one of them, and if you look at his here, it says in battle every 3 seconds Enzo increases an allied lineup defense by 5%, and at full stacks every 3 seconds Commander Enzo heals 1% of the wounded. So I believe this doesn't happen until 18 seconds in, so half the battle's over before you're going to be able to get a healing off for that. The other one is going to be so there were 2 more over here. I want to say it was Lats as well. Yes, she does the exact same thing. So, and I think the 4th one is Drake. Yeah, Drake is going to be the last one, which I think I have Drake. No, I don't have him. There he is right there. So if we click on him, so again, they're all the exact same thing. They're just different troop types. And as you can see, you're talking. So if you could, if you want to specialize in something with putting Jaime in there, these 3 commanders in there as a 3 troop type attack, that actually is not a bad idea. But if you go to Cersei's ability, where is she? She's probably, yeah, here she is. So if you go to her Wildfire, it says when your commanders use their active skills, there will be 20% chance of casting Wildfire, doing 20% damage to all enemies. And then it says the normal attacks enemies hit by Wildfire will have a 20% chance of missing their targets, and that's for 4 seconds. So Jaime is the anti-Cersei. And this kind of does make sense in a way if you think about the show itself, how Cersei and Jaime were together as brother and sister, and how they kind of fell apart to each other, came back to each other. They had that kind of ebb and flow throughout that relationship, and that kind of the game kind of pushes to that and shows that as well. So I guess the question is do you want to awaken Jaime? That is the question. And looking at what you're going to get from it, you're going to get almost, looking at his hidden abilities, again, you're going to get the total attack, the spear, and the defense, which are going to be, quite significant. I believe the total attack's around 30%, and then the health and the defense are around, I want to say 70%, something along those lines, 74%. So, if you have spear as a front line, sure, that's a good one to upgrade for sure. But just looking at this ability, there is the dragging ability that heals as well. The Legion dragon ability. So if you included that, plus it's a very specific lineup. It really is more for those, the whales that want to kind of counter Cersei a little bit, or maybe for like a defense. You put them on the wall or something like that. Whenever if you're going to be like a tank, or if you're in a rally and you're rallying someone who has Cersei. I mean, if you and I, if a medium spender like myself or someone else is gonna get hit by someone who has Cersei in their lineup at 4 stars, yeah, we're probably just gonna either zero out or bubble or run away or do whatever we can do to avoid that massive hit that you're gonna take, because you're gonna be destroyed. So I would say just don't worry about Jaime too much. The only thing that I would say that you'd wanna why you'd want to get upgrade him is for his tavern stats, because you're going to get an extra one of leadership and combat plus command as well. Command is not not really that great. You're going to get more. You're going to get free troops, but the combat and the leadership are the two that you're looking for. So if you can and adding on the extra levels that you can get up to I believe it up to 60 now, or 60? I believe it's 60, something like that. And I'm not that high, so I don't have that. Have to worry about that quite yet, but yeah, definitely your combat rate and your leadership is a nice little touch to that. Now we turn over to the Westeros Pass and the new castle skin that was just released. It's the Impervious Blackwater. So the castle skin itself, it looks okay. It's very green. Just kind of has a little kind of a resemblance of some other castles as well, like similar to this House of the Falcon with kind of the rounded tops and everything, but the actual artwork itself. Looking at the own bonuses first, the reinforcement capacity and the fortification capacity, it's kind of bad. That's actually really bad. I mean, reinforcement capacity 10,000. Okay, if you're trying to hide some troops there, I guess. Fortification is not very good at all. And then the own bonuses, then you get a little bit more interesting: the total attack, total defense, and a siege attack reduction. So, if you're a low spender or a medium spender, a lot of times you're running a 2-line, attack, a 2-line formation, and so the total attack, that's actually giving you an extra 10% attack, and the defense, you're getting 16%. Okay, that's not bad. Siege attack reduction, you during KVK, during Alliance Quest, those kind of things. I guess the siege attack reduction is not bad too. But still, in the end, I'm not seeing this as a premier skin that you want to get. You probably want to, if you're buying the epic tokens, there's plenty of other options. Like buy the Silent Prayer, sell it for 75,000 blue diamonds so you can get your epic tokens. Grab one of these other castle skins that you maybe don't have that you want to get, because this one's just it's really not that great. There are so many other ones in there, like the Shadow of Valyria, way better in my opinion. I mean, look at you're getting a rally size expansion, you're getting the same, you're getting reinforcement capacity, which it is what it is, similar to the reinforcement, it's the same thing. So you're getting the exact same thing, but then you're getting fervor, attack, health, and defense. You're getting the 21% there, which in my opinion is much better, especially on a 2 or 3 line formation. So. But that's about it. Like I said, just to recap on Jaime, only get him to maybe 2 stars at the very, very most. You probably don't want to go any higher than that. So till next time, Mac out.